Hello, everyone, and welcome back to VoxelVixens.
Yay!
And are you having fun over there?
Yeah.
She's just dancing, just boogieing, just getting it on. Well then, so what were we going to talk about today?
Modding, I remembered.
You remembered, but that's
Yeah.
only because we just started recording this and I told you.
Yeah, because I forgot.
Yeah, we tried to record this just a second ago, but we had to restart again.
And I already forgot what I was doing.
You're dancing, that's what you're doing.
Oh no, but before that,
Oh, well, yes.
everything just
So,
blank.
we are going to talk about modding today, as we said last time. And we're also going to talk about one of my horrible trashy interests, which is Idol+Anime.
Woo!
If you don't want to listen to me talking about trashy Idol+Anime, then that's fine, because we're going to be talking about that second. So if you're just here to listen to us talk about game modding, that's okay. I understand. You don't have to listen to me talk about Idol+Anime, it's fine. Honestly, I mean, they're cute and all, but I completely understand if people don't want to hear me talk about that.
You got me into it though.
I did.
And I'm not the type to just like the cutesy animes, man.
That's true, and I got a lot of people into it actually. I have like
What
6.
have you done?
I made like a chat group on Skype that's called Idol Trash. You
Yeah.
can see it. It's on my other screen right now.
Oh no.
But yes, so we're going to talk about modding. And
Yeah.
We'll talk about that first. But are there any updates that we need to get out of the way first? I think we did start Fire Week last week. If you weren't around to see Fire Week, then you should probably go check it out. It's we just did a couple of fire themed, well not themed, but fire named games. The Flame and the Flood and Little Inferno. Inferno,
Burn!
burning things. We'll probably keep doing Little Inferno. I don't know how much more we'll do of Flame and the Flood.
That's actually pretty hard.
Yeah, we're really bad at that game.
I mean, you really gotta know where you're going first.
Yeah. This week we might not have too much going up between the two of us because we don't have too much time to record today, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
there will still be, Stardew Valley going up, and I will try and get some City Skylines up this week. I know it's been a little while since I've put any.
Promised last week.
But I didn't promise last week on here,
Mhm.
but I did promise her last week I was going to do more City Skylines, and I didn't. But I will. I will do more City Skylines this week. Don't worry. Alright.
Yeah.
So, should we start the talk about modding?
Yeah, let's start it. Okay.
Okay, so, I think the biggest thing that we really want to talk about is, like, Skyrim modding.
Oh yeah.
Like, the Skyrim modding community. I think we were trying to start to talk about that last time, but,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
like, Bethesda modding in general, it just really, it keeps communities going for so long.
Yeah. I mean, when did Skyrim come out? 2000?
Oh god.
12? Yeah.
No!
13?
Way earlier than 2012.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I thought it was 2012.
I think it's like 2011, 2010, something
No
like that.
way,
I think.
no.
Okay, I'm checking now.
No
I'm checking
way.
now when Skyrim came out.
Yeah. No.
But the Skyrim community is still really
Active.
strong.
Really active.
Yeah, it's 2011.
Crap.
November 11th, 2011 is when The Elder Scrolls V came out. It's been
Wow.
5 years.
Wow.
And people are still playing that game.
Yeah, and I, you know what? I've been wanting to play it lately because
So have I.
it's so fun. But right now, I think something happened after. Okay, so after the paid mods fiasco, some of the modders kind of like were like
Left.
Yeah.
Yeah, they left the modding scene.
And then
No, but it's understandable too, because I
is.
don't know if you heard too much about why they left,
yeah.
but a lot of the reason why those people ended up leaving the modding community is because, like, modders do a lot of work
Yeah, they
to
do,
create
yeah.
those mods in the first place, and it wasn't meant to be something that's like, oh, I can't believe you're taking our free mods and making them pay to use
Yeah.
or something like that. They deserved some sort of compensation, but they were getting a huge backlash for wanting any sort of
Yeah, and it was like
money for it.
It's not like monthly either. It's just you pay and that's it.
It's the same sort of thing as YouTube Red and about the content that that YouTube creators are
Yeah,
making for
yeah.
YouTube Red.
But there was something before that anyway, where you paid to be a subscriber for some, like, YouTubers.
I think so.
Some of them were just like, I think one of them was
I know
just
there's
a girl
Twitch
twerking.
subscriptions that you pay for.
Yeah, no, but like for like YouTube, they had something where you had to subscribe and you paid. And like it was like this one girl twerking, and it's just like that's all she did, and you had to pay, and there's people
That's
paying
weird.
for that, and it was stupid. But then they made the gaming one, and
Yeah.
a little bit more reasonable.
Yeah, but so it's the same sort of thing as YouTube creators making specialized content that is meant to be paid for. It takes more work to do, it takes more time and effort to get done, and the modders, not all of them, some modders created just a bunch of bullshit mods that were
Of
like,
course, yeah.
Here's a sword
Here's
for
your
12
apple.
bucks
Golden
or something. But a lot of the bigger modders created content that was
Worth paying for.
for, that was
Yeah.
good updates that they worked really hard on, and then people were angry to pay for it, and they kept calling them sellouts and stuff like that.
There was one of them that I wouldn't have mind paying for. It was the wet and cold one.
But it had changes, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the guy, or the girl, I don't know, whoever.
I think it was
the
a guy.
person that was doing it, decided to leave the free one up, but they want to update it.
Yeah. Well, no, they were going to update it still. They just weren't going to update it, like with that
naturally, yeah.
stuff, with the stuff that they created for the paid content.
Yeah, and to me, I'm like, okay, well, at least he's putting out the free one for us, and we don't have to just skip it and
Yeah, no one is
buy it.
making you buy these things.
Yeah.
And also, like, these are things that they have created specifically for people to pay for. It's like DLC sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, that one was worth my money, you know.
Yeah.
It is really a nice one, and I thought it added a lot to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it added a lot.
But people
You
got really upset about
Yeah.
all of the pay-to-use stuff.
And
And
I remember, yeah.
I can understand that, too.
Yeah.
Modding communities have always been about, like, free content for everyone. But if you have a modding community that has some sort of payment system behind it, and not something that's just like a donation thing every once in a
Yeah.
while you can donate.
Yeah.
If you have something that has a actual payment system behind it, people will be more enticed to create better content.
Yeah.
And create more interesting things.
Yeah, and I mean that, you know, for that one, it wasn't going straight to like the guy's pocket. It was more likely going.
It was
into
going
his,
to the mod.
Yeah, his
yeah,
mod,
it was
'cause
going
he was still
into
updating it.
It was going into his time that he would use that he couldn't do things like work and stuff
Yeah,
like that, so
yeah.
that he could create this mod.
And it wasn't a lot. I mean, here's the thing. It was $1. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
it was like, I
It
think
wasn't
it was
like
like $1.
$5. Come on.
Most of those mods, I think you could pick what you paid for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They set the minimum, and then you could pick what you paid for there.
And most of the people that were actually doing the modding, you know, the real hard work modding, made them $1, and they weren't like. And then other people would be like, "Oh, pay for this for $5." And it's like, no.
Yeah, like the stupid sword things.
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
always gonna be people like that anyway, and maybe someone is going to buy it. Like, okay,
I guess.
if
But,
someone really wants to buy that trash, go ahead and let them.
But like the people that were really, you know, dedicated to it, they were just like, yeah, I could sell it for like $1.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. It's not too much, you know.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's good hard work, and they weren't ripping people off. The people that were serious about it were not ripping people off.
Right. They were creating good content for people to use, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, the modding community didn't like that, and because of the huge backlash from all of it, and how much hate those modders got for putting out these paid content mods, a lot of them ended up just leaving the modding community in general, because they just didn't want to deal with that. They had been completely pushed out, basically, by the modding community. Not even people that were making mods, just people that were using mods.
Yeah, and they were just upset. So when this happened, I was confused about, like, okay, I wasn't really upset. Well, I was kind of upset. I was kind of upset because what was going to happen with the ones that I already had? You know, I was worried that, oh, what if they, one of them switched. And when I figured out the Wet and Cold one was a paid one, I'm like, wait, what's going to happen with the one? Do I have to pay for that now? I got super confused.
Yeah, a lot of people got worried about that stuff, and I can understand that too.
I was confused. I was like, oh crap, do I have to pay this now?
Yeah.
I don't like it springing on me.
I had the same idea when it first came out.
Yeah. I was just a little worried, and then I'm like, okay, this, not a lot of the ones I already had.
It wasn't the same, so it was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why a lot of the modding community people did end up leaving. But at the same time, the modding community is still so strong.
Oh yeah.
And there are so many amazing things like Skywind. Have you heard about Skywind? It's a mod that's completely redoing Morrowind in the Skyrim engine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
really?
They completely, from the ground up, they do all of the artwork, they did a bunch of songs,
oh, wow.
They did a bunch of voices, they've done modeling for characters and for creatures and everything. They've been working on it for years.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're still working on it right now.
See, that's worth money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't...
But they're not. That's free. That's
really?
Entirely free.
Nice.
Everything has been donated to them. All of the voice actors and everything have just done it all for free.
Damn.
And they're just creating Morrowind.
See, I understand.
In Skyrim.
I understand, like, if they ended up, like, people would be upset saying, well, why is it, like, money worth? It's like, well, come on, these people work really hard. And it's not like this is their job every day. Their job is not to put out free content all the time.
Yeah.
Especially for mods, you gotta think about that.
It's the same sort of thing in YouTubers,
Yeah. I mean, certain things are just like, when people are like, oh, they're selling out because it's a, what is it called, a sponsored thing? It's like, come on,
sponsored thing, yeah.
They do have to get money,
If you want more content from someone that is creating free content online, you're going to have to let them make some sort of money off of it.
Yeah,
because they can't spend all of their time creating free content for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice at the beginning, it's like, yeah, we're doing it for free, but then sometimes it's like, you really do need some money. And it's like, we're not taking the money, like, for some of those that's sponsored, they're not taking money out of the people.
Yeah.
They're taking the money that is being, given to them if they, like, put up this advertisement or whatever.
Right. But Skywind is completely free.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They've just been working on it for years.
Damn.
They're go look on YouTube. There are some trailers for it, and it's incredible. And the music that they've done is amazing.
The thing about... Oh my god, I'm just gonna play it. Okay, so...
Oh, so am I.
Here's the thing.
They're redoing the entire game, by the way.
All
this isn't just like... Yeah.
Like, the entire story
Yeah,
game?
everything.
Wow.
They're not just redoing, like, the land or something. They're not doing something like...
Awesome.
You know Pathway to Elsewhere, or Moon Path to Elsewhere?
Yes, I saw that.
That is a mod that created a small area for you to go into. Kind of like the DLC content for Dragonborn or something like that. They're creating the entire Morrowind game.
Damn.
For free.
Wow.
In the Skyrim engine.
And that's... Oh my god.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I played Morrowind when I was young. Okay, so what it was is my older brother had Morrowind. And he had, like, another game. And those were the two games that, I just loved. Absolutely adored. And yeah, I look at it now and I'm like, holy crap, they're
it's so ugly.
Ugly, blocky. It's like, oh god. But then, back then, that thing was so up to date to me.
Yeah.
But, like, I remember thinking too, and see, I haven't heard about this, but I remember thinking, man, Morrowind would look amazing. It's still a good game, no matter how bad the graphics are. It's still just a good game, but it'll look great if it looked like Skyrim right now.
And it will.
Yeah.
And it will.
That's just, oh my god.
And it's incredible that they're doing that sort of thing.
Really? Wow. I mean, I would probably donate just to,
Yeah, this is a modding community that has been working so hard, and I'm so impressed by the Bethesda modding community. I really am.
Hard workers.
Yeah.
They should get... That's the thing. I sometimes look in the comments and they're like, you should get, just comments about people saying, you should get, like, hired by them. You're amazing. It's like, yeah, these people could be making mods to, like, for resumes, you know?
Well, actually, that brings me into, Sims 3 modding.
Yeah.
The Sims 3 modding community actually had a lot of people who created mods or buildings or stuff like that, or even Let's Plays, who got invited by the Sims team to go and see Sims 4 when they were debuting it when they were working on it, and they got feedback from those people.
Oh.
Unfortunately, one of the main people that they got feedback from was a Let's Player called Queen, and she passed away a little bit into the development of Sims 4.
Oh.
So, but they got feedback from these people, and they were putting that into the game and trying to make the game better by using those people's feedback.
Right.
So, you know.
See, that's a good strategy with companies like that. I think that's great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, you get playtesters, but you want really the people that are devoted to, like, the core game.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
You want the fans that are really hardcore into it, that are creating Skywind on the side just for fun or something like that.
I mean, yeah, these people are just probably putting them because they want to have that in the game, you know?
Yeah, well, they probably want some of the content that they created.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is just to go to fans and go, hey, can we use your content? Or, hey, can we talk to you about this stuff?
If you want to cooperate,
give us ideas and stuff
yeah.
like that, because if you're the one that's giving them ideas, then they can actually use those ideas. If you're just putting an idea out there on the internet or creating something, then they can't take that without your permission.
Yeah.
But if they come in and they go, alright, so you gave a really good idea here and we're really interested in it, you want to come and give us some more feedback on what we have so far? That's great.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No, I was thinking of the, what was it? The one on the Sims, not the resources, the one on that's, you kind of actually pay for them, like the violin one. Wasn't one of them, like made by someone and they're just like, oh, we'll put it up on the website and people can actually buy it and you can get some of the money?
I don't know.
I thought that was like, you know how they
I know that there were a lot of Sims 3 mod websites that were paid to get content.
Yeah.
Like Peggy Sims, I think, was one of them.
Never heard that one.
You had to pay for things like hairstyles and stuff like that. And then there was the Sims resource did have their own, like, you have to get a subscription to get some of these mods.
Yeah. But most of the mods were free anyway. I used that one actually.
And then there's the Skyrim Nexus has a membership thing.
Oh yeah,
which will let you download things faster.
Yeah.
That's most of that one. Which is great. I usually end up getting a membership every time. Every time that I want to go and mod Skyrim, I just go get a membership because it's like $5 or something for 3 months. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
I've never used the Nexus.
The Nexus is great.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, the Nexus is great. There's also
Confused.
Stardew Valley has a Stardew Valley Nexus page now.
Oh.
So there's a bunch of mods for Stardew Valley on the Nexus now.
Yeah, you've been using a couple.
Yeah. And there's also, of course, Fallout, there's
Yeah.
Dragon Age, there's...
what's the other one that...
I know other ones are on there, but I can't remember them right now.
Dragon Age was one of the ones I kind of always wanted to play, but I never did.
Yeah. I'm honestly really impressed by all of the modding communities, though, because they make the lifespan of games last so much longer.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on, 2011. This is
2011 for Skyrim. People are still playing New Vegas, too.
Yeah.
I don't remember when New Vegas came out.
I was like, oh crap. I was like...
Oh good, it's the next thing on Google. I just tried to...
2010, holy
2010.
crap.
I just tried to erase Skyrim, and it was just like, New Vegas release date?
You want this? Yeah?
But yeah, so Fallout New Vegas came out October 19th, 2010, and people are still playing that, too.
Damn.
And Fallout 3 came out even before that, and people are playing that. So, there's so many games that get their lifespan extended exponentially, just because of the modding community.
Well, Oblivion kind of did well, and then once Skyrim, in the modding community was just like, we already know what we're going to do, so let's go, and I remember that.
The modding community is a lot more developed now, and it's a lot easier to get into modding.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot more foolproof, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you can just do things like download the Nexus Mod Manager and not have to worry about trying to place things in the right order and stuff.
Yeah, I hated that.
You download loot, it'll load your mods in the correct order for you, judging by lists that are created online by people. Mm-hmm. So you don't really need to worry about that stuff anymore. They have updated things.
So much, yeah. See, I didn't know how to mod Oblivion, so I was like, I'll just leave it in the faces, man.
Yeah, I never modded Oblivion. I never played Oblivion, and I never played Morrowind.
I played Morrowind, and I was like a kid.
I own both of them. I got them both after Skyrim because I hadn't known about the Elder Scrolls series before Skyrim. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I knew it because my older brother, you know, but I mean, the thing about Morrowind, I love it. Like, it's just, the story is just amazing. You know,
I've heard so many good things about the, like, skill system and stuff, and how you can create spells or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy, it was different. And
yeah, I've heard so many things about how watered down Skyrim is in comparison to Oblivion and Morrowind.
Well, I mean, it's just a little, I don't know. Oblivion, I kind of liked, like, the skills and everything you did with, the Mages Guild and all that.
Yeah.
And then you get Skyrim, but I mean, with Skyrim, it's easier to use the, magic.
Right.
I hated magic in Oblivion, so I never used it.
Uh-huh.
And then they kind of made it easier for
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Skyrim magic is really easy to get into. Skyrim in general is really easy to get into.
Yeah, so if you haven't played any of the, first, what is it? First, if you haven't played 3 or, you know...
The other Elder Scrolls
4,
games.
or even, the first 2...
Yeah.
Which is way different.
But, I mean, also people have made mods that make the whole system a little bit harder and more interesting to play with. I know, what was one of them? I used one of them.
Yeah.
I think, didn't I show it to you before? I think I did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up! I'm working on trying to figure out what I'm talking about here. It was, Skyrim is what it was called. Skyrim Redone.
Okay.
And it completely changed the skill system, it completely changed monsters and how they worked, and where they spawned and what time they spawned. It completely changed the whole constellation.
Like night and day,
skill.
kind of?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Shit. Where'd you find this?
It was on the Skyrim Nexus.
Yeah, I've been looking.
There's
for
another
so
one
many new
by the same person.
Yeah.
That's been created more recently. That's a little bit different from Skyrim. I don't know if you can hear this screaming that's going on out front.
Is there a game going on today?
No, that's just people either at the church or children outside yelling. So if you can hear this, I'm sorry. I apologize.
What?
Yeah.
The church or
the
children?
Church. People at the church like to yell a lot. They also have really wild parties with, pop music.
Weird.
It's really weird.
And then there's just children outside.
There's
all the time.
lots of children. Lots of children live in this area. What were we talking? Right. So, the guy that made Skyrim also made another mod that completely redoes how the skill system and everything works. But those mods change the game and make it harder and make it different and make you... I mean, there's a mod that does let you create your own spells, like in Morrowind.
Yeah.
So... And there's also mods that let you... There's a mod that completely changes the economy system and lets you buy buildings and taverns and stuff. And
I thought you could do that.
No. You can
there's
buy houses.
Yeah, but there's something where it's you go into the menu and it tells you all your stats and everything. It's houses, horses, how many horses you've stolen.
It's only horses and houses.
I thought there was one that says how many investments you put into, and I didn't.
No.
Or was that in Oblivion?
Unless you modded it like me.
I don't know. There's something.
There's
like
no
that.
investment system in Skyrim. But
it was weird. I don't know.
And then there's mods in Stardew Valley's mods more recently. Mm-hmm. Someone created a fish cultivation sort of mod, so you can breed fish and create better fish, I guess.
Ooh, nice.
Someone was working on a mod that. My stomach is growling. Someone was working on a mod that completely redid the they completely redid the dialogue in the game to be... It was Swear-Do Valley.
Oh no.
So everyone swears.
Aww.
And there's also the most amazing mod that I've seen for Stardew Valley so far. It's called Demetrius or something.
Oh god.
And it turns everyone into Demetrius. Everyone. It turns like all of the brides, the bachelorettes into Demetrius. All of the bachelors into Demetrius.
Oh my gosh.
All of the other characters into Demetrius. I don't think it turns your dog into Demetrius yet. Maybe someday.
No.
It turns, like, dig spots, like those little worm things that pop out of the ground, into Demetrius's head that wiggles a little bit.
Oh my god!
It turns, like, your shipping box, like, when you put things into it, it has, like, Demetrius popping out to grab things.
Oh my gosh! That's awesome!
Best mod ever.
Oh my god.
I think someone made that because, someone else made a mod that for some reason made Maru white.
Okay.
What was the point of that? Okay, so they decided to turn everyone into Demetrius.
Because of that.
There was another one that turned Maru into black and white. So it was just like split down the middle. Half of her was white and half of her was black, and it was really weird. I don't know, man. There's a lot of really weird mods.
Well, I mean, there's like weird mods for like for Skyrim. I mean,
the Thomas the Train Engine.
yeah, there's that one.
The My Little Pony Dragon mods.
It's weird because I saw two mods for that. It was like you make your horses into My Little Ponies, and then you can make yourself into like anything else. So you're riding a pony, one that looks super real, and one that's just like
you're riding a pony as a pony.
I know, so it's a little weird.
Oh,
because you got it.
The mud crab with like a top hat.
Oh, that was cute.
I always get that one. That's the first mod that I ever go for. Because I always like reset my mods and I go, okay, well, I'm gonna spend about 5 hours adding new mods. I seriously add at least 150 mods every time I'm playing.
See, I can't add so many mods, mainly because, you know,
I just can't stop.
Yeah. I mean, I get to like clean freak and I have to go through them and say, okay, I don't need this one, don't need this one, don't need this one. But then I need other ones and just like worthless.
God, when Stardew Valley gets a better like modding tool, like something to really unleash modding.
Yeah.
Let modders do basically whatever they want.
Yeah.
When Stardew Valley gets something like that, I'm so screwed. I'm gonna be doing so many mods. I'll probably do a bunch of mod videos.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll just start doing Stardew Valley mod videos.
Oh
I might start doing that soon anyway.
Yeah, because you
just
like
start showing
them.
things off. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe.
Very nice. I do like you make a, what was your horse again?
My horse was a Ponyta.
Yeah, I knew.
And then there's also my cat, which is a Meowth.
Yeah.
There was another mod that turns like these little like things that pop out of the ground in the mines into Diglett.
Oh yeah.
Oh
my god.
Something that turns the bats into Zubat. The
Amazing.
slimes turned into muck.
Really?
Yeah. There's big slimes and those turned into muck.
Oh.
There's ghosts turned into Ghastly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, there's so many. There's also a mod that gives you Pokemon hats.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Like just trainer hats. Ugh, my stomach is growling so much. I'm so hungry right now.
Food.
You didn't bring snacks for us to eat.
I'm
How dare
sorry.
you? But yeah, so there's like a bunch of Pokemon mods. I mean, I'll probably just do a whole video on like, oh, this is Pokemon Stardew Valley. Welcome. There's something that turns your cows into Miltank.
Ooh, I hate Miltanks, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just really
There's
do.
something that turns your sheeps into Mareep if they're babies, and Flaffy if they're adults.
Aww.
And then, your chickens into Torchic.
Really?
Yeah.
What about pigs? Nothing.
Pigs were turned into...
Is there a pig Pokemon?
Actually, I think... Oh,
Like
I can't remember what
any
they
pig
were.
Pokemon?
I think it was Grumpig?
What the hell's that?
Oh.
What kind of Pokemon are these?
Grumpig is like... I think it's like a psychic pig thing.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Or maybe it's dark? I don't know.
I thought there was like no pig Pokemon. I was like, huh, look at that.
There are a
There's
couple.
actually
There's
no,
also
like,
the, like...
Pokemon.
Like, Tepig.
Where are you pointing?
In black and white. I'm pointing at a timeline that I have on my wall. Tepig, black and white in 2011.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah, you pointed them, and then there's just tons of Pokemon there, and I'm like, I only know the
My
first
entire wall is
7.
covered in Pokemon posters and stuff.
Well, I mean, like, 12 maybe, I know.
Yeah. Maybe.
The rest I have no idea.
But yeah, there's pig Pokemon. And then there's also, like, I think they turned... There's new goat Pokemon. You've been playing X and Y. Goat and, Skiddo? The grass goats?
Oh, yeah. I just...
Someone turned the goats into, like, the pre-evolution, the baby is Skiddo.
Yeah.
Or something like that, and then the other one is Go-Goat.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
Or maybe it's vice versa. I am also getting confused with Pokemon. We're talking about Pokemon again, and we're talking about modding.
We said we wouldn't do Nintendo.
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't want to talk about Nintendo again, because I talk about Nintendo so much, and here we are. Stardew Valley Pokemon mods.
Damn it. We're so close. Oh well.
There's also Sims 3 mods, which have really expanded that game.
Oh yeah, no, seriously, I have to go back and clean it all out because there's just so many mods that are just worthless, and I don't even use them.
I really wish there were more optimization mods, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have played The Sims 3 ever with all of the expansions installed, but you can't. You really just can't. There's not enough, I don't know, data or something.
Space.
It's just, it doesn't work.
Okay, you gave me, like, expansion for, I was playing in this, Sunnyside or whatever it's Sunnyside?
I know what you're talking about.
Well, and then you gave me the Ambitions one, and all of those, like, extra buildings were put into, like, a residential area, and it's like, wow, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it was kind of sad.
It's not even, like, appropriate.
They don't really make any good places to put your buildings.
Yeah, so then it just, that didn't actually, if you think about it, it doesn't work, right?
No.
You can't have certain areas and, it just doesn't work.
You can if you, like, go and make things into that kind of an area,
but if it was,
I really like The Sims 3 in general, though, because it's so open to customization.
I love that.
Like, you can change the pattern on all you need to do is make a model for a piece of furniture, and then everyone can change the color however they want it to be. You can edit the land and change how you want that to look. You can edit... you can make your own worlds, your own maps.
I like that rather than I get what number 4 was doing. It's so that the load time and it wasn't super laggy, but it just seems like there
isn't open to customization. Yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like it has the simulation aspects and it has some updates for that, and those are great updates, but it doesn't have the customization level.
Yeah.
And it's just not as good.
It's not as fun as, like, where you can, like, make everything checkered patterned. I mean, I love it. Leopard
print.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I think I had a leopard print house at one point.
Oh my god.
Alright, but we're getting off track, and we're getting way too into other things now. Is there anything else you wanted to say about modding before we end this?
No.
No? Is that it? Have we already gone over everything?
Yeah.
That was a much smaller topic than we expected it to be, wasn't it?
Well, what do we expect to talk about? We expect to talk about the Skyrim.
Skyrim. Well, and there's also, like, the Fallout community and stuff like that. Bethesda modding, like I said, in general. Very, very good.
But yeah, other than that, it's just like, I don't know too much about other games that have modding, because, like,
Alright, so let's move on to Idle Trash!
Woo!
Woo! Idle Trash! My favorite. I mean, seriously, probably my favorite. So, Aikatsu.
Yeah.
Aikatsu is the name of the series that I watch all the time. I mean, I'm not gonna spell it out for people. It'll be in the title probably anyway. But yeah, it's an idol anime. It's, not as popular as things like, what is it? Love Live?
What the hell's that?
Love Live is another idol anime. It's also very popular.
See, I'm not too much into idol animes.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's just
no,
not a
I
genre,
understand.
I
like I said.
But I do like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aikatsu is a little bit different from other idol animes as far as I've seen. It's created from, originally it was an arcade game, and they turned it into an anime. And it's an arcade game that's run by Bandai Namco. But, yeah, it's turned into, it's pretty big, but it's not nearly as big as something like Love Live. The whole idea behind the anime is that there's, of course there's idols, but
yeah.
they can do this, it's kind of a digitalized world.
We were trying to talk about this. We have no idea where it stands. They don't
Yeah.
talk about it in the show.
They mention it a little bit, but barely. So, like,
no hints at all.
the world is,
Virtual?
you get, when the idols go on stage to perform, okay, they go into, like, this changing room thing.
It's not even
And
a room, it's just a box.
It's just a box. And they have these cards, these Aikatsu cards.
And you can buy these cards really in real life, so.
You can, and you can change your outfits in the game with them. And I'm sure they were just trying to stick with things from the game.
Yeah.
With the anime. So you have these cards, and they have their cards, and they go up to this box, and they just, like, set their cards down for their outfit that they're going to wear for their song.
Yeah.
And then they run through the box and do, like, a magical girl transformation running through some cards.
But the thing is, this box literally is just, like, one by one box.
Yeah, it's
you know,
not a very
so
big box. But
running
then,
through it doesn't make sense.
So, like, they run through it, and they change clothes magically, and then, like, they jump out onto this stage, and the stage is usually set to be, like, some sort of theme, like, there's a bunch of bats here, or over here there's, like, a beach scene, or, like, a bunch of cupcakes.
Yeah.
You're standing on cupcakes, or something like that.
And there's real people in the crowd.
There are real people in the crowd, and this is where
it gets weird.
it gets less magical girl, and more, it could be realistic, potentially, possibly,
like,
maybe?
in the future, really in the future.
Really in the future. They have these things on their heads. I don't remember what they're called. They mention it a couple of times in the anime.
Yeah,
But
like,
they
the
have
first one.
headbands that they put on that have this, like, little antenna at the top.
Yeah.
And I guess those are so that they can see what's going on.
I remember, like, when they...
Because it seems like they're in a digitalized world, right?
Yeah, I remember when the first... I guess it was the first episode, the girl took her to the concert.
Uh-huh.
And they're, like, given these, like, little antennas.
Yeah.
And she puts them on, and you can see that there's, like bubbles coming... It was bubbles coming out, but they're not in real life.
It
was
changed
just
a little
digital.
bit.
Yeah.
So
There
it was
is,
just
like, a
digitalized
stage.
world. There's a stage, and they're all standing around what the
Yeah.
actual stage is, and the idol does go up on the actual stage.
But the actual, like, effects and...
All of the special effects
all
and
that.
weird things are
digitalized?
but
Just
the
weird.
weirdest part about it is they have these things called special appeals. And special appeals, like...
Don't make sense to me.
They don't make any sense at all, because the idols will, like, jump into the air magically and, like, start spinning around and doing tricks and shit in the air. And it's like...
And then they're on the ground
they're
again.
flying and stuff. And it's like... alright, so...
Were
what's
you
going
on the ground? Were you lifted?
And they
like,
tried to
you know-
explain this in the anime. They were like, okay, so you need to practice special appeals by practicing on a trampoline, but it's like, okay, so does this thing raise you into the air? Is there, like, a lift somewhere?
How are you still in the air?
How are you
You're
flying?
sitting in the air, and
How-
that's, like, a special effect.
How are you
like,
sitting
you
on
know.
a flying heart?
Yeah, that heart's really not there. It's just there to the people who put on the things. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, but it does.
It makes sense in that the transformation sort of sequence and the effects that happen in that world are digitalized, but then special
They're
appeals
not digitalized.
are
thing.
weird because they might not be fully digitalized, but then how does that work?
Yeah, because they're still on the stage, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
So-
There's no, like, trampoline out there.
This is the idea behind Aikatsu, basically. It seems like it's a digitalized sort of stage performance, which is cool.
Yeah, different.
And, I mean, if you ignore special appeals and their existence.
Sure.
But it seems like it's a digitalized stage performance, and it seems like something that could potentially happen in the future.
And the thing is, as a viewer, you can just like get used to it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, you can suspend disbelief for the special appeals.
Yeah,
I
mean,
because the rest of it seems pretty logical.
Yeah.
That you could have something that you could see in a digitalized sort of format.
Yeah.
By wearing a headband. Maybe that could happen in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe it would alter some sort of
brainwaves, maybe?
Brainwaves
Could
or
be.
something. I'm not sure how it would work, but, you know, maybe.
But yeah, I guess you get used to the idea, like, when you're watching it, you get used to the idea that, oh yeah, they're just performing like any normal performance would
Yeah.
go. So
and they do
strange.
practice. They show them practicing a lot.
Yeah.
And they show, all of the like, side dancing. They also show them practicing their special appeals. They show them jumping on trampolines and stuff to do the special
So
appeals. It's just sort of like, alright, so how are you flying?
How are you sitting on this make-believe heart? How are you... I don't even know.
Yeah. But, so, yeah, that's Aikatsu.
They kind of explained how they made the dresses, though, to cards.
They did explain that a little bit. They put them in these, like... So, there's different designers that go and create these special dresses. And they will put them into these sort of, like, cases.
Capsule case, too. It's weird.
Kind of like
the
capsule
actual
cases.
person will sew up this dress.
They'll make real dresses.
Yeah.
And then they'll put them into these, like, cases. And then they'll put down some, like, blank cards.
Yeah.
And the dress will slowly digitalize onto those cards.
And then, so when you go to perform, you put the cards onto the magical box, you go run through that box.
You run through your magical girl transformation of cards.
And somehow you're dressed. Which makes me believe that if it's all digitalized, like, the dresses, that means they're, like, either naked out on the stage, like, underneath they're literally naked or something like that.
Well, most of the time they're running in with different clothes on.
Yeah, I know, but...
So it's probably just something that is like an overlay, like a digital overlay. Like
if you watch this, you'll understand where I'm coming
like in
from.
those like
It just does
like
not
in
make
those
sense.
like picture apps and stuff where you can put like hats on your head and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
You're not actually wearing a hat.
Yeah, but when they go on stage, sometimes they have like they're showing like the belly or like they're not wearing like long socks, so they're showing actual like the skin part.
Yeah, maybe it's not actually their belly. Maybe it's just a belly.
Just a make-believe belly.
It's just a digitalized impression of a belly.
Oh my god.
Maybe they've
Weird.
taken pictures of themselves naked. And
That's awkward.
I don't know. Whatever it is, they put on these digitalized dresses and they do their
There's some
thing.
magic or some like witchcraft in this. There has to be. because
There's
this does
something
not
going
make
on,
sense
yeah.
now.
But it's a lot. It makes a lot more sense than
Just
most.
don't think about it. Here's the thing, don't think about it.
It makes a lot more sense than most of the other idol animes that I've seen. There's also Prepara, which is another idol anime, and that one is the same sort of thing, except that one is a little bit easier to understand. They still do the whole practicing and stuff like that, but they also do a sort of digitalized format. They have these things, these buildings all around Japan.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know, on your 13th birthday or something like that, you get, like, a Prepara ticket.
Yeah.
It just, like, magically appears, I don't know. But you get a
Magic.
Prepara ticket, and then you can go to one of these Prepara buildings, and you can go in and give them your ticket, and then they'll go, okay, so let's figure out what kind of outfit you want, what kind of coordination you want. You put that on before you enter the world, and then you like, enter the world as a different idol. Like, you can change your hair, you can change your appearance, you can change everything about yourself.
Okay.
It's like an avatar.
Okay.
And then you enter this Prepara world,
Yeah.
which has, different idol competitions and things that you can go into and join. It has
Yeah.
a rating system. It has things like little tiny teddy bear mascots that will try and help you with your idol adventure.
Like the note clip guy from Word.
Yeah, except
just
like teddy
that.
bears. Like fluffy teddy bears.
Oh my gosh.
And then they'll, like, do their idol thing like that in a digital world.
Wait, does everyone get this?
Yeah, when they like turn 13 or something.
Everyone
Everyone
gets
can be
this.
an idol.
What? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Do they all do it or no? She's like, oh, I got a card.
Well, not
Throws it
everyone
away.
wants to do it, but like a lot of little girls want to do it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I don't think any little boys get it. I think it's only girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah. But there's like one girl in that anime that she's like a totally serious like senpai kind of and she's a student council member basically.
Okay.
And she has, like, red hair in a ponytail or something like that and glasses. And she goes into the pre-power world and she's, like, this short-haired blonde girl with, like, these like, lollipop-looking things on... Or not lollipop, like ice cream things on her head.
Oh my god.
And she goes from being, like, serious student council type to, like, Desu Desu, I'm so kawaii!
Oh my god.
Yeah,
No.
it's terrible. But yeah, so you can make like an avatar in that one.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. The problem with that one is they do really weird shit. Like, yeah, because, well, anyone can be an idol, right?
Right.
It seems a lot like it's like little girls being idols instead of like actual professional idols.
Like they're actually just trying. Whilst the other ones are just like, man, let's run around, pretend.
Yeah. Like the Aikatsu idols, they're going to school for it.
Yeah.
They're
being trained. Like,
they're
in the beginning,
being trained to be entertainers.
Yeah. Which makes sense. And that in real life, don't they have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like an
things
actual
like
academies specifically to train people.
Well, I mean, there's a new academy, I think, in Japan that is doing things like idol classes.
Wow.
And I think producer classes for idols too.
Yeah.
Also things like
management.
making doujinshi,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird. But that's
Like-
they're offering classes like that in a university in Japan.
Like
now.
over here, that we don't have people that are like stars or like people who sing don't go to like academies.
Yeah.
Dance and
Yeah.
all that. Like.
Well, I mean, the idols in Japan in general they're not just going up there to become like pop stars or something.
Yeah, you're not becoming
Most
the
of the
one
time-
star.
Most of the time those girls they start off really young in like
Yeah.
middle school, sometimes even younger. There's been elementary school idols.
Yeah.
They start off really young, they do the singing and dancing stuff, but they have to learn things like being a TV personality.
Yeah.
They have to be able to talk to people on TV, they have to be able to do commercials, they have to be able to act sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, Aikatsu even does some acting things.
Yeah, they actually like there's a bulletin board where it's like, do you want to take this job? And you have to actually like.
Yeah, and they do
Do
things
things.
like drama performances and stuff
Yeah,
like
where
that.
over here is you see like pop stars and all that. It's like, you know, they're obviously
That's
not-
all they are.
Yeah,
They're
that's
pop
all they
stars.
are.
Yeah.
And they just have fame because of that one, you know.
But in Japan, idols become things like your newscasters or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that. I like that idea because you got people that aren't just like superficial, oh, I'm making a song or whatever and I'm rich now. It's like you get people that have to work really hard to actually they have to learn things, you know? They have to learn real world problems.
real world skills.
I think in one of them they like in Aikatsu, they have to go to like a news station. Like one of the big girls not big girls
They were following one of the older
one
girls
of the older
around,
girls.
trying
and she had to do like a news thing, and she had to know what was going on in the world.
Yeah, that you actually have to know things. And actually the same sort of thing with the newest season of Aikatsu has a girl that is a weathercaster
Oh, wow.
that does like weather reports every single morning.
Wow.
Yeah. She even created her own little catchphrase for it. It's kind of
Sweet.
cute. But she is the person that you see every day when you wake up to check the weather.
Oh.
And there's another girl whose mom used to be an actor who wanted to follow in her footsteps and become an actor. So, they do more than just sing and dance.
Yeah.
And it's pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, like, I really like this idea, like, how they have everything in Aikatsu, because it's like, this seems...
It seems like it could be legit.
Yeah, it seems like this is probably a real life kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, idols and
It
stuff.
doesn't seem like it's just a bunch of little girls trying to become idols.
Yeah.
And it's not as realistic. I'm sure Love Live is more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you're going to do something like a magical girl kind of transformation sequence and stuff like that, I think the digitalized approach is much more interesting than just having them be magical.
Yeah.
Because it
just shows the technology they have and what they use it with, you know.
Yeah, it's a different kind of technology. They made up a completely different kind of technology to follow their arcade game.
Yeah, it makes sense.
To make their arcade game realistic.
It's pretty much like when they're putting all the, like, cards in. That's probably kind of like the arcade.
It is. Yeah. That's what you do in the arcade game.
Yeah, you just put the cards on.
Put your cards down, and then you play the little rhythm game that goes...
Yeah, so that makes sense, that you're stepping into that, like, digital arcade world. Which kind of is interesting.
But they found a way to make it seem like it could be legitimate in that actual world. Like, digitalizing the performance and having the audience members wear these headbands so that they can see what's going on.
Oh, and not only the headbands, like, help see, but they do, like, if you start cheering.
Yeah, they record your excitement level.
It's crazy.
And they actually, in the newer episodes, there's a special appeal called a fever appeal. And the fever appeals have to do directly with how excited the audience is. Mm-hmm. So the more excited the audience is, the higher level appeal you'll do. Yeah. And the better it'll be, and, you know, stuff like that. So, if you get the crowd to, like, max excitement level, you'll do a special A-rank appeal.
Yeah.
And if you get them to just before max excitement level, you'll get an A-rank appeal, and so on and so on. But that actually takes the whole excitement level and reading
actually uses
how you feel about the show and actually uses it. Yeah.
So if it's not, you know, if you don't have a crowd going, you can't, you know.
If you're not pumping up the crowd, you're not gonna get very far.
Yeah, which makes sense in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make sure your crowd is entertained, and if they're not, you know, it's like...
Yeah, you don't want to just do something and have people go, well, that was okay, I guess. Which, speaking of, Aikatsu was recently trending worldwide on Twitter because of something that happened in the last episode, and that's actually most of the reason that I wanted to talk about it today, because I'm, like, freaking out about Aikatsu right now. So...
I'm not that far in.
But... Yeah, in the last episode that happened, and there are, like, 176 episodes, okay? This is a long anime.
I'm just still in the double digits.
So, in the last episode, what happened was someone was trying to pull off one of these special A-ranked fever appeals, and failed, and fell in her performance, and she was one of the idols that is known to be the best.
Yeah.
Especially of that, like, season.
Yeah.
And she was doing this performance to become, like, the top idol of the school. Mm-hmm. And it was during a really major competition, and she fell. And so everyone is freaking out about it.
In real life.
Well, a lot of people expected what would happen would be, she and the main girl in the anime would end up doing something like, they would both get a tie in their scores, and then they would face off against each other.
Yeah.
And it would end like that. But that doesn't seem like what happened. Instead, she just completely failed her appeal, and now she might be the lowest ranked of all of the competitors for that competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, just from that, because apparently if you fail your appeal, you'll automatically get a C rank.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just harsh.
Yeah.
It was the judging, right?
Yeah, it's how they're judging things for this season's competition.
Crazy.
So it's pretty...
That's
pretty
harsh.
intense, yeah. And the problem is, there's only 2 episodes left of this show.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because they're stopping this show to start up a new show called Aikatsu Stars. Mm-hmm. So...
And different people, huh?
Yeah, it's entirely different people, entirely different school. It's a new show entirely.
Okay.
So, there's only
2 episodes left.
2 episodes left, and then the new show starts April 7th.
Wow.
So... 2 episodes left. She failed probably her last solo performance.
Yeah.
Of the entire show.
Mm. Wow.
So...
And this is why it's been getting a little bit of hype on Twitter.
It's been trending because everyone feels really bad for her, and everyone doesn't expect her to get any redemption from it.
Dang.
So it's it's pretty terrible, honestly. Yeah. And that's what's been going on recently in my life. and like, all of my friends that I've gotten into Aikatsu by telling them how wonderful and amazing it is. By the way, if you even care about what I'm talking about right now, you should go and watch some of the Aikatsu videos, the music videos and stuff.
And those are nice. I like, you know...
That when the show started off, when they get into the digital world, they have a completely different animation style because they have something more like Ruby, which is like generated CG sort of things going on because, of course, they don't want to animate all of dancing.
Yeah, and it's easier to do it, and you don't have things always repeating.
Right.
You know how in anime you get like things that repeat. It's like, oh look, that frame's exactly the same as that one right there.
Yeah. If they do things like action scenes or stuff, it's like, oh well, that's the same move that someone just did.
Yeah, and they're just talking to fill it all in.
Or like they do the skip thing where they start skipping all over the screen in different places, so you only see like a hand going up at one part and then like a leg sticking out at another part. And they're like, yes, this is dancing. But no, they decided to do this all CG.
Which I think works,
in a way. It does work. It also, in the very beginning of the anime, the animation was more like the game, what it looks like in the game. Nowadays, the animation in the dance sequences and their performances looks almost the same as the anime itself, just more 3D.
Yeah, and it looks good now. It's a little... iffy, not iffy, I mean, it's not crap.
It's not like perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's what they had, and then they just really updated it.
If you've ever seen things like the Miku concerts, that's basically what it looks like now.
Miku's gotten a little bit better in the newer concerts.
Newer concerts, yeah.
So it's it is updated, so.
And actually, they had a concert with Miku.
What?
Yeah, they had one of those on-stage sort of screen concerts with the Aikatsu girls and Miku, because in the newest, well, not the newest, but the version before this newest arcade game, they put Miku in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so now you can do Miku in that arcade game.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was a shocker.
Yeah, and they did a concert with Miku, and it was...
I need to look this up now.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, if you've ever seen the Miku concerts,
so yeah, it is considered.
It is
like
that sort of animation.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's great.
Yeah, it's really good. And before it didn't look that great, but nowadays it's amazing. I mean, if you're not that interested in trying to watch 176 soon to be 178 total episodes of this Aikatsu show, you might want to just start up Aikatsu Stars on April 7th.
Yeah.
Because that...
It's going to be different, and it's probably going to be exactly how it starts, you know.
Yeah, it'll be starting out...
you already know how they do it, it's just this is how they
it'll
are.
Probably explain everything, and it'll probably change some things from the old Aikatsu anime. It'll probably change how some things work. I know for sure in the new anime that they're making, there's 4 top people, and before this point, there's always been 1 top person.
Wasn't it because they were, like, I remember in the earlier shows, they were, like, talking about how, they don't usually do double, like, teammates and stuff.
Yeah, it's always been 1 person in the Aikatsu anime so far, but now it's a top 4, like, the S4 is what they're called.
Ah, okay.
And I'm assuming that they were doing this mostly because so many people liked so many of the characters in the shows, they wanted all of them to be top whatever.
Characters are cute, like, just adorable.
Yeah. The new one looks a lot more pastel, though.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean...
I saw the preview.
Yeah, the anime so far hasn't been as pastel. It's been very bright colors, but it hasn't been pastel, and this new anime that's coming out is very, very pastel.
All of the hair. All of the hair's colors.
All of the hair is very pastel, except one person who looks like she has, like...
Just the dark red hair?
No, the indigo person. The, like, person with the blue/purple hair.
Okay. I thought the one that looks just normal is, like, the one that
But that's
has,
not
like,
pastel, is what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's one person that has this really, really dark blue hair.
Oh.
It almost looks purple, but it almost looks blue, and it's kind of a mindfuck.
Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
My eyes.
But there is the other person that has red hair too, and those two people are basically the only ones that aren't pastel.
They're serious, you know.
One is the cool type, and one is the sexy type.
Ooh.
So.
Oh yeah, and there's types. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
another thing.
there are types. There are types of idols. There's cute, sexy, cool, and pop.
Yeah.
And there's different clothing brands based on that. There's different special appeals based on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's a variety.
it's pretty interesting. I got really into the show. I ended up making, like, a whole roleplay world to play with people in, except we were waiting for friends to get caught up in the anime to actually do things. And they didn't really end up getting that caught up in the anime. Not yet, and not expecting them to in the next 2 weeks, so we'll probably have to wait until the next season to see if we can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I am a nerd and I roleplay.
I know.
Role-playing idol girls.
Oh my gosh.
Now you know how trashy I am. Congratulations, internet.
Oh god.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you like superhero things, right? So.
Oh yeah.
And, like, you're more into, like, cool type things, and I'm more into, like, cutesy type things.
Well, yeah. Like, for me, I wouldn't mind playing, like, my brother got, like, this, it's not a Dungeons & Dragons, like, booklet, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle booklet, and it just, you know, it's the steps to teach you how to make your character and all that, and I wouldn't mind playing that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah.
I do other things, too, like, I did a vampire campaign with people before.
Yeah, like, tabletop and all that.
Yeah, tabletop.
I wouldn't mind playing that, either, because that's
Vampire is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you wondering what Vampire is, it's like the video game Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
It's from that same series.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and we were doing,
Which is the same series they made Fallout, right?
Did they?
I think that... Are they They're the people that made it before. They're the people that made it before, I believe.
I'm not sure who made it.
Or something like that. I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
You could be wrong.
I could be.
We're not correct most of the time. Don't take our word as law. Really. Just don't.
Everything I say is a lie.
Yeah, well, yeah. We're just lying to you. This is actually completely made up. I just made up.
We're not even real.
Yeah, we're not even real. We're just fake.
Just disappear.
Ignore those videos, those, like, 2 videos that have us on camera in them. We don't exist.
Yeah, that's not us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pictures of some other girls who did Yandere
We just,
Simulator.
like, really had to, like, lip sync with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough. So yeah, that's my idol anime talk, basically.
Hey, idols are kind of, they're like the magical girls nowadays.
They're kind of like that.
They're getting to the step of, like, instead of magical girls now, we're into idols, you know?
It was, before it was like magical girls. Yeah, in the
90s.
90s. Back in the 90s, magical girls were everything. But now...
It's the idols.
Yeah, it's idol girls now. That's basically the big thing. But then again, it's not just little girls watching these things.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
No,
it's also perverted older men.
Yeah.
Because idols are seen as, like, a sex icon.
I just,
they're like middle schoolers.
That's why in actually Japan, some of the actual idols can't have boyfriends. And
that is a thing. In Japan, idols cannot have relationships because they are made for their fans,
It's kind of sad in a way.
They have to dedicate themselves to their fans, not have outside relationships.
But those are for, like, the actual younger ones, like that, like the pop star one. You know, once they start getting, like, an actual older.
But those aren't idols anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Idols are only the younger girls.
Anyway.
Yeah. Idols are only the young girls. After they graduate from being an idol...
Like, usually high school.
Yeah, usually high school. I think the oldest idol that I ever saw was, like, 25.
Yeah, and I know a couple that were, like...
And she was really old. Like, I saw variety shows, idol variety shows.
Yeah.
And I was watching one, and, she was in that one repeatedly, and all the time they were like, old lady, granny, stuff like that to her.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, once you hit, like, a certain age, you can't be, like, in like what is it, like in the groups?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be in a group, which is strange, but I guess, you know, they wanted
It's the
to
same
keep...
with Color Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With our, like,
Now that we're 22, we can't join any guards except world-class Color Guards.
I noticed that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And
a
same
little upset by that.
with
Well, I'm still 21, but...
Drum
yeah,
Corps.
it's
Well,
yeah.
yeah, you're almost 22, aren't you?
Yeah, so...
Like, next year.
No,
This year?
This year.
This year. I'm 23.
Yeah. Close.
But now that we're past 22 is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Except you're soon.
Yeah, but it's impossible for me to even join because it's like birthday's in May. It would be impossible anyway.
It wouldn't be possible.
But yeah, no, there's like some weird like thing where you can't join because you're a certain age already.
Yeah, you
And,
age out.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, aging out.
Yeah, and so like they do that in Japan where like they're pop stars.
Yeah.
It's weird because I've seen like certain pop stars, their like persona is switched out by another girl, but it's still the same persona.
It's really weird.
Like so imagine like so imagine if like Miku had an actual person, right?
Yeah.
So that would be like the actual singer. But once she gets to a certain age, someone else fills in her role. But
Like
Miku,
Rin becomes Miku or something.
yeah, or like that. They are still Miku though.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
whoever.
that's really weird.
The face doesn't matter. It's that persona.
I wonder if they're gonna do that in the new Aikatsu show.
You
Because that's like the S4, and they're like
think? Older.
the top of all of the different types, like cool,
Yeah.
sexy, cute, and pop.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're gonna do that and be like, well, this is the new pop idol.
Well, if you think about it, if they did do that, it would make more sense because that's where in Japan they actually do that. So
Yeah, I know AKB48 is one of the main ones that does that whole graduating into that name thing.
Yeah.
I watched an AKB48 anime too, and they did the same sort of thing. Actually, it was even worse there because they were graduating into these names that were like centuries old or something
Really?
at that point.
Wow.
Like the AKB48 anime is really interesting. Like you watch that thing, they're like space idols and they're like rebels.
Really?
Yeah, like idling in general is not allowed. You can't be an idol. And they like do these renegade concerts and shit and fight
What?
battles and stuff and space
What?
battles. It's like but they graduate into the old names of the original AKB48 of the time when
It's kind of like
anime
the
was
heroes.
made.
Yeah, you graduate to be their heroes in a way. But
Like
I know,
Superman and Batman and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean you
Well,
don't.
Batman at least.
Well,
not
you don't
Superman.
age Batman because you want it to still be Bruce Wayne. But what's his
There
name?
was the animated series Batman, that one
Yeah,
that
he's-
grew into the Batman name.
Tracy or was it Tracy?
Terry?
Terry?
I don't know.
It might have been Terry.
T?
No, one of them.
Mr. T.
We're lying to you again. But no, no, he's Batman. Doesn't matter. He might have a new suit. He's
Yeah.
Batman though.
Yeah, and Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's when he
The Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just Green Lantern. Actually, there's many Green Lanterns.
Yeah,
so
there's
it
a lot
doesn't-
of Green
But Green
Lanterns,
Lantern
but-
of Earth is
Yeah, Green Lantern of Earth. There's like a lot of Green Lanterns. Isn't that just like a type of lantern? Aren't there a bunch of
Yeah,
different
there's
kinds?
like a
There's Pink Lantern
there's
and Purple
a-
Lantern and stuff.
Green Lantern. I think that was like a chipmunk. He got hit by a bus.
Nice.
That is the saddest part because the bus, since it was yellow, that's the weak for green.
Nice.
It's just sad. It's sad because like he went back to his home planet and his wife left him. Okay, yeah. There's.
All right, no, let's talk about this next time. I think we're just about up with our time here.
We'll talk about superheroes next time.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about superheroes.
Look
next time.
into it.
Then
Look
again,
into
we
it.
don't really know that much about superheroes anyway. I don't
I
think.
kinda do.
We know like enough to get the gist of what we're talking about, but I know we're probably gonna offend a lot of people who actually know what they're talking about with superheroes.
It could not have been Chipmunk. I'm sorry. I think it was Chipmunk though.
Maybe it
but-
was a raccoon.
Oh, raccoon. No, that's going too far. Whoa.
All right, so that'll be it for this time, guys. We have talked your ear about. We have talked your ear off about idol anime and modding, and I mean, I'm sure most of you won't listen to my idol anime rants, but
I will. Yay.
yeah, we listen to this stuff. We listen to our own stuff. We're just that self-conscious about ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.